Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Peter Wright. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My full name is Evangeline Fisselbon.
Thank you. And what shall I call you?
Just call me Eve.
And can you tell me where you're from?
I'm from Laguna, Philippines.
Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about where you live. Do you live in a house or an apartment?
I live in a house. I actually live with my brother's family. My brother is a seaman, so I live with his family in the province with a mom and two nieces.
Can you describe your house?
It's a two-story house that has two bedrooms. One's the master bedroom, and the other where I stay at is a smaller one, but quite comfortable for me, and I get a privacy also. It has a huge living room and quite nice kitchen where it can actually, two people can actually cook there at the same time, so it's that big.
And what's your favorite room?
Definitely my room, just because of the privacy. I can do anything I want, knowing that I'm well respected in the house. If they need anything inside the room, they can just knock on the door before they can enter. So I appreciate that.
And do you think you will live in this place in the future?
No, definitely not. I stayed there for a short season when I was just wanting to do some home-based work. I requested my boss if I could do a home-based job for maybe 6 months, and then after that I started planning on transferring to other places for job also.
Let's move on and talk about plane travel. Are you nervous about flying?
No, not really. I love flights. I love traveling.
And why?
I just like the idea of seeing new places and meeting different people. I enjoy listening to different stories, and I actually am fascinated by the uniqueness of each person. So I enjoy experiencing new things.
And what do you think about airline food?
They're okay. I mean, I guess that's the best I could get on up there. So yeah, but I just try to enjoy it, but they're okay.
What do you like to do on a very long flight?
I just tend to watch series, Friends or How I Met Your Mother, like shows that could last me 4 to 6 hours, the 4 to 6 hour flight. So I tend to just watch longer programs.
Do you think flying is bad for people's health?
I really don't think so. I don't think it affects them unless they have health issues like heart problems, you know. But other than that, I think being on a flight doesn't really affect the health so much. Unless, I don't know, I guess if it's a long flight, like 22, 24-hour flight, then I guess at some point it could get a toll on the person's health.
Let's move on and talk about eating meat now. How often do you eat meat?
I guess once a day. Yeah, I eat meat. I like eating meat. I just got used to eating meat ever since I was young. But recently I started to actually try eating less. I tried to do plant-based eating where I just eat usually fruits and vegetables. But after the holidays, I guess it was just because it was just more difficult to eat meat after the holidays.
And which kinds of meat are popular in your country?
Definitely chicken. We can eat chicken 3 times a day. People just love fried chicken, and we have this staple in the country, like a really popular dish. We call it adobo. It's made of chicken and soy sauce and vinegar sauce. So yeah, people just love eating chicken.
Why do you think some people stop eating meat?
I think it's mainly because of health reasons. But nowadays, the vegan movement is also growing, and more people are getting more conscious and being more compassionate toward the animals, that to the point that they would stop eating meat.
Thank you. Now I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. And before you speak, you'll have a minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, here's your paper and pen for making notes. And here's your topic. I'd like you to describe a dream holiday you would like to take. Okay, so remember you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you, and I'll tell you when your time's up. So can you start speaking now, please?
Okay, a dream holiday that I would like to take would be a holiday trek in Nepal. In Nepal, it's known for having many trekking tours, just because the Himalayan range is there, and you can pick any mountain you would like to trek. And although I've done this before, but I really want to do it again. I've always wanted to try doing it with my special someone. I'd go to Everest Base Camp trek. It's a 14-day trek where every day I will have to walk for 8 to 10 hours and carrying a backpack, and it's just really a cool experience to do with someone important to me. Yeah, there I would also see many beautiful mountains, ice-capped mountains. It's something that always gives the feeling of awe in me, seeing huge mountains in front of you and realizing how small I am. It makes me appreciate life more. And definitely I'm not going to miss seeing Mount Everest face to face. So I do like to do that. Aside from that, there's also this mountain flight that we can take. It's an 1-hour flight in Nepal, where in 5 minutes you're up there, seeing all the mountains you can see in the part of the Himalayan range. It's a 1-hour flight, which...
Thank you. So, would this holiday be expensive?
I'm sure it will be. It would cost at least $2,000 per person.
Thank you. Can I get the papers and pen? So we've been talking about a dream holiday that you'd like to take someday, and now I'd like to discuss with you 1 or 2 more general questions based on this topic. Okay? So, in your country, what are the popular holiday destinations?
The most popular one would be the Boracay Beach. The second one would be Palawan Beach, El Nido. There are, I think, 3 places you could visit in Palawan. There's El Nido, where you will do island hopping almost every day, and each day you will see different aspects of the islands. There's the most famous ones would be the Blue Lagoon and Big Lagoon and Small Lagoon, and then there's Secret Lagoon also. Yeah, one would think that it could get tiring, but it just never gets old, you know, seeing different kinds of blue and green and the deep parts of the sea. And there are many water activities also. There's cliff diving and snorkeling, and scuba diving.
And is tourism important to your country's economy?
Yes, it is. It's one of the most important economies we have. It generates, I think, maybe 1/3 of our funds. Yeah, we put so much emphasis on tourism.
Is there a downside to a lot of tourists visiting one place?
Yeah, there is. There's that destruction of the natural beauty of that specific place. I can say so from experience that our best beach, the Boracay, we had to close it for 6 months, in order to clean up the seashore and make sure to rehabilitate the whole place. And then after 6 months, it's back to its paradise-looking view again.
But what can your government do to prevent these things happening?
Our government, definitely we have the rules set. What we lack, for the most part, is the implementation. So if the government could implement the rules that are already set even a decade earlier, I think we will be in a better place as a tourist country. Yeah.
So, do people in your country generally take their holiday abroad or stay in the country?
Depends on the class. Many of the Class A citizens would prefer taking their holidays abroad, but the middle class and the class D and E would prefer doing it within the country, just because it's cheaper and you don't have to deal with speaking English, as trivial as it sounds.
Thank you very much. That is the end of the speaking test. Thank you.
All right, thank you.